statistics indicate that the housing sector is booming in Kenya, with the real estate sector continuously attracting very many investors. It is, however, surprising that house occupancy rates are still low due to the high cost of living, with even other families choosing to stay together to cut down on the cost of living, a move that has seen many landlords make losses from their investment. Now, does it mean that Kenyans are busy investing in projects that citizens cannot afford? KUTV's Calvin Ogome seeks to find out the answer to this question.
It is a common phenomenon, especially in urban areas, to come across such posters and banners calling for tenants and buyers of houses. This is a clear indicator that the Kenya real estate and housing sector is rapidly growing and has continued to attract many players, from investors to occupants, as David Chege, a landlord in Ruiru County, puts it.
Demand iko very high. Kwa saa hii demand iko very high, na watu nao wamekuja wanajenga kwa wingi. Kwa vile demand iko very high, na ni vigumu sana hasa ukiwa maeneo haya karibu na barabara, iwe nyumba yako haijakodishwa. Utakuta kuna watu ambao wanataka kuiweka iwe 4,000. Ilhali unakuta manyumba yao ni kidogo. Sasa wewe utaenda hii ama hii.
According to Ephraim Murigo, the Secretary General of the Urban Tenants Association of Kenya, UTAC, the housing and the real estate sector in Kenya is very promising. However, the expensive house rents has scared away many tenants and potential buyers from getting their dream homes.
The housing development in Kenya in general is moving up. The scenario is moving up. The entry of people who want houses is equally very high. What we need to know and believe is that it is true Kenyans have problems. Kenyans are getting back to the slums. That's why houses in the bigger cities, houses that are worth more than 20,000, are lying empty today, because Kenyans cannot anymore afford the houses that they think they will afford, and then go back to Ruma, then go back to those other slums where houses go for less than 5,000.
Not all houses lack tenants in urban areas. In fact, our findings indicate that there are estates in major towns that are very populated, for instance, Eastlands in Nairobi County. Other areas, especially the leafy suburbs, have continually attracted a few tenants, with landlords at times being forced to reduce their house rents to keep up with the changing times.
I can show you this document here. One of my members lowered rent from 300,000 to 200,000. I will show you the document. Why did he do that? Because the tenant is not able to pay. So lowering, yes, is happening. When you realize, instead of keeping empty space, you give it at a better price where people can at least pay little, but they'll pay something. Yes, I have members who have lowered down, and I'll show you one case where my member lowered from 300 to 200, because the tenant said, I am walking out for fear of being distressed.
Some families have opted to stay together in uncomfortable units, a move that has denied landlords potential tenants.
Every small town, you see new housing developments coming up, but are Kenyans able to afford this? And the answer is no. Kenyans are not able to afford, because every day, my friend, Kenyans are becoming poor. Every day, every morning, every afternoon, Kenyans are more poor than yesterday. And this brings you the story of whether the affordable housing schemes that the government is doing is either urgent or not urgent.
Watu wa KU ma students ndio wengi sana. Wale ma students wanataka kila mtu anapewa pesa yake na wanalipiwa na wazazi, wajua wafanyi kazi. Wakipewa ile pesa na wazazi, itakuwa ni labda wanataka kushare wanne, wanataka kushare wawili kama sana au watatu. Kwa vile wanataka kubakisha pesa kidogo, wengi wao wanakunywa, wengi wao wanafanya mambo yao, wanataka kujimudu na mambo yao.
Earlier on this month, the head of state, President Uhuru Kenyatta, assured Kenyans of his government's commitment towards ensuring that all Kenyans have decent and affordable houses. When the houses will be complete and the mechanism that will be used to give them out still remains a puzzle, even as private developers intensify their efforts to put up flashy houses.
We have promulgated the Affordable Housing Development Framework Guidelines, providing the enabling policy and financing for the rollout of this program. We are now on track to deliver affordable housing to Kenyans. This life-changing program is being undertaken in partnership with county governments as well as the private sector.
Don't build houses that we don't need. Build only what is at the capacity. The Minister for Housing the other day was saying he's building 1.5 million units every year. That means 10 years you'll have built 15 million houses.
Statistics from the real estate and housing investment companies indicate that the Kenya real estate space has recorded a steady growth from the year 2000, with the turnover being more than 25%, but things are slowly changing as times go by. Despite having a blossoming housing and real estate sector in Kenya, low occupancy rates still remain a challenge to landlords, with the skyrocketing cost of living being cited as the main reason for this. Kelvin Ogome, KUTV.
Thank you very much, Kelvin Ogome, for that detailed report. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta was the chief guest at the 57th Independence Day of Jamaica, where he and the country's Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, launched the United Nations International Decade of People of Africa Descent. The president also visited an agricultural show where he called for integration of farming in the two countries. Here's Christine Kamau.
His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta.
Mrs. Margaret.
It is my honor and privilege, on behalf of the African continent, to join my friend and brother, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, in declaring Jamaica's commemoration of the United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent launched.
African brothers and sisters, on this day, the 6th of August 2019, at 7:49 p.m., I hereby declare Jamaica's commemoration of the United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent from the 6th of August 2019 to the 6th of August 2020 officially launched.
Well, thank you, Christine Kamau, for that report. Now, it is the norm for former drug addicts to be sent back home to the society, or rather to the society immediately